Hi everyone, welcome to our August Take It and Make It tutorial. I'm Maria from the Adult Services here at your Clearview Library District, and today I will be demonstrating our DIY craft paper coasters, which are made with ceramic tile and craft paper. This is a really fun and simple craft, and I know that you're all going to enjoy it. Let's take a look now at the materials that are supplied in your kit. With this kit, you're going to be able to make 4 coasters. So your kit includes 4 ceramic tiles. It's going to include 4 pre-cut, pre-adhesive pieces of cork that we're going to affix to the back to protect your tabletops. It includes a small container of Mod Podge, a foam tipped brush, and a piece of craft paper. You're also going to need a pair of scissors, a pencil, and you're going to need clear acrylic sealer. This is the Mod Podge brand. You do not need to use this particular brand, but you are going to need a clear acrylic sealer. Okay, that's all of our supplies. Now we can get started. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to trace the dimensions of your ceramic tile on your craft paper. You can do it on the front side and line it up if there's a particular flower or a leaf or whatever happens to be on your paper. I randomly put some in your kit so you all have a different pattern. You need to cut in a little smaller than what you draw, so it's fine if the pencil mark is on the front of the paper. You're just going to trace around. Very simply. And then we're going to cut it out. Because the edges of the ceramic tile are sloped, this piece that we cut is going to be a tiny bit larger. So we'll just go in and clean it up and make it so that it's not quite to the edge. You don't want the paper to hang over the edge of the tile. So I've cut it out here. You can see when I line it up, it's just a little big. It would hang over the edge. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to trim it a little bit. You can round the corners if you like, or you can just leave them square. I'm going to round this one. Kind of like a little bit of white showing. But you do it how you like. All right. Okay, I'm just gonna see. No, that's perfect. Okay. Of course, we always want to protect the surface that we're working on. I'm going to use a paper plate today. And I have poured my Mod Podge into a paper bowl. So nice, easy cleanup. You're going to put a nice generous coat of the Mod Podge onto the ceramic tile. Make sure you get the ends because that's where it would tend to lift up or bubble. So we want to get a nice coat and try to make it level. So I'm just going to go. Paper plate lets you easily spin it without getting your hands all dirty. This would be a fun craft to do with children as well. I think they would enjoy spreading the Mod Podge on, cutting out the shapes. You could even do a mosaic. You could cut the craft paper into different strips and layer it like a mosaic. Okay, so I have a nice, pretty generous, even coat. And I'm just going to take the craft paper and I'm going to line it up. There's so many things you could use to do this. You could print out a photograph on paper and use a photograph. I'll show you, I used some drawings on a sample too that came out pretty darn cute. You're going to go back over it with your Mod Podge. Again, be careful to get those corners. I have not had any problems with it bubbling. I feel like the weight of this craft paper is the correct weight for it to knot, but if you do, just use a credit card and smooth it out if you see that you have a bubble in it. Okay, you're just gonna spread it on, and then you're going to let it dry for about 15 minutes. And then you can come back in and do a second coat. While it's drying, you can move on to one of your other ones because you have 4 to make. Okay, so I feel like I've gotten all the edges. Like it's pretty smooth. I'm just going to try to smooth it out a little bit more. I'm going to set that aside and let that dry. Now this one I did about 15 minutes ago. It still has some drying to do, but I can go in and put a second coat on this one. And that's really all it needs is 2 coats. You don't have to do more than 2. Okay, and that's it. And then I will put this aside and let this dry for a good 15 minutes, maybe longer. If you see that it's still really white, you just let it dry a little bit longer. Once they are dry, you're going to want to take them outside. Use your acrylic sealer. So this is one that's completely done. So this one has the 2 coats of the Mod Podge on, and I sprayed it with the acrylic sealer outdoors. This is very toxic and it has a very strong odor. You want to do this outdoors. I sprayed this, I waited another 15 minutes, sprayed it again, waited 15 minutes, sprayed it again, and then let it sit out overnight for 24 hours. It's hard, it's dry, it's smooth, it's shiny. It's exactly what you want. This one only has the 2 coats of the Mod Podge on. It does not have the sealer. It's very rough. It has a lot of texture. And if I were to put a wet drink on this, I risk the chances of it staining or on my glass sticking. So you definitely need to do this acrylic sealer, and I don't know if you can quite see the difference in them, but this is just way nicer and more professional looking. I also made one with some artwork from one of my grandchildren. I thought this was a cute idea that maybe I would want to receive for Grandparents' Day, or just a way to preserve a drawing that one of your littles does. I just cut around the drawing and I Mod Podged it on the second coat. I did the first coat and then laid these down and did it over top. And once I spray and seal it, it will fill in all these ridges and it'll be perfect. You can take your coasters and stack them up, tie a little string around them, and give them as a gift, a hostess gift. They're so special, they're made by you, and that would be darling. Once they're all dry and good to go, you do want to put your cork on the back. So there's just a little adhesive paper on here. You just peel this off and you're just going to line up your coaster. It's so easy, you don't have to use anything messy. Just stick it on there just like that, and now your surfaces are protected. See how simple and easy that was? And truly they're darling. They're so cute. You do not have to use the craft paper that I put in your kit. There are many papers you can choose from. These are from Michael's, Joann's, Hobby Lobby. There's some beautiful things out there. They're very inexpensive. One sheet is $1 or $2, and it will make all 4 of your coasters. So if you're unhappy with the craft paper that I've included, feel free to go get yourself something else at the craft store. And that will do it for us for today. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you enjoy making this craft. I would love to see your masterpieces. You can email me directly at maria@clearviewlibrary.org. And registration for our September Take It and Make It opens on August the 1st. and we will be using the bounty of the garden to make a simple but delicious pickled onion. So I hope you all sign up for that, and we'll see you next month.